I mean, think about it. We bust into their house, we eat all their porridge, we sleep in their fucking beds. No wonder they're pissed off.
Eat their porridge, sleep in their fucking beds.
If only this was Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Yeah.
Welcome to Screams and Streams, the podcast that looks at the best and worst horror movies as rated on Rotten Tomatoes from 1970 onwards. I'm your host, Sam, and with me are my co-hosts,
Chad
and
Mike.
Be sure to check us out on Instagram. Our handle is @ScreamStreamPod. Also, check out our website, screamsandstreams.com, for more information about the films we're looking at. Just a warning, if you don't like spoilers, we recommend that you stop listening now, check out the film, and then rejoin us for our discussion. Today, we're looking at the best film of its year. It's Neil Marshall's 2002 film, Dog Soldiers, that scored 82% on Rotten Tomatoes. Let's get into it. Mike, you have a summary for us?
A squad of British soldiers on training in the lonesome Scottish wilderness find a wounded special forces captain and the carnaged remains of his team. As they encounter zoologist Megan, it turns out that werewolves are active in the region. They have to prepare for some action as there will be a full moon tonight.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Always. Okay. Yeah, that's literally it. I was trying to think if there's more, but no.
I mean, the other one was a routine military exercise turns into a nightmare in the Scottish wilderness.
Yeah.
That's a little more vague.
Very vague,
Yeah.
It does hit it.
It is also true.
Yeah.
It's also true. I just it took them a long time to figure out they were werewolves.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, she didn't tell, when they're the zoologist, and it turns out they're that took an hour and 10 minutes into the film before.
Took a very long time.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for that. You also made our sinister sip for us. So what are we drinking today?
We are drinking Warrior Dog from Good Boy Vodka.
Oh, good boy.
Good boy.
Who's a good boy?
Who's a good boy?
The dog in this was a good boy. I'm just gonna say it right now.
The first one?
Oh, he was also a good boy. May he rest in peace. Oh. I put that right away and
I'm sure you did.
I'm sure you
right
did.
away, I was
as soon as it happened, I was like, Sam's not in love with this film.
And then
Sam's turned this movie off.
as soon as the dog came in the second part, I was like, yes. And then I was like, you better not die too. But okay, let's take a sip.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Sweet.
There's something in it that I can't.
There's a few things in it.
Thank you, Chad.
Vodka, lemon juice, and simple syrup. You shake that, and then you just top it up with champagne or sparkling wine.
I think it's the champagne that I taste.
Yeah.
Yeah, right at the end.
Yeah, I did an Italian sparkling wine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wonderful. It's delicious. Thank you. All right. Now we're going to head into our first impressions of this film. Chad, what are your thoughts?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. I watched it. It was okay. I didn't hate it.
Mm-hmm.
The more I see werewolf movies, the more I just think that they're hard. They're hard to pull off.
Yeah.
And there's a very few that do them well.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hate the film. I didn't love the film. I thought there were some good moments in it, but as we get into the categories, I'll explain what I didn't particularly enjoy about it. I know I've heard it's a cult classic. People do really like this film. I don't know if it's 87%, 82.
82. Yeah.
I don't know if it's 82%, but I didn't hate it. That's where I'm going to leave it.
Okay.
I didn't hate it.
All right, Mike.
This is the first time I've seen it. And just to give our listeners some information, the other film that was up for contention for the best of this year was 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Mm-hmm. It was a Japanese film called 2LDK, which is in Japan for apartments. So that means it's a 2-bedroom with a living room, dining room, and kitchen. So 2LDK. But it's these two actresses that just basically kill each other over an hour and 15 minutes. It's a psychological thriller more than a horror. So I was like, Then there wasn't a lot to talk about. So I was like, okay, well, we'll go for the next best. And literally 18% lower was the next best film of the year.
I was going to say, when I saw 82% for the highest, I was like, ooh, rough year.
There was nothing in between.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And even The Ring, the American Ring, was 70-something%.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah. So this was a weird year for horror. I'm kind of like Chad with this. I enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely had to keep telling myself, just judge it as a military horror film, whatever. There were definitely issues with it, and we'll get into that. But I was entertained, and there were some original pieces to it. And there was a few things I was like, that was well done.
Mm.
Yeah.
But I wasn't blown away by it either.
Mm.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
So,
No, it did.
Because it had a dog.
It did. 10 out of 10.
2 dogs.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it, actually. I was surprised. werewolf movies aren't good. Like that's the thing. I went in knowing like we just finished watching like Ginger Snaps and we knew how poorly that was. Every werewolf movie we've just criticized the transformation, we've criticized the look of them.
Right.
And so I went in knowing that. Like I went in knowing the werewolves are probably not going to look great. The transitions
bar was pretty low.
Yeah, and honestly, like I liked it. I got halfway through and I just was tired and had to go to bed. It wasn't because of boredom or anything. It was just late when I started watching it this week. And yeah, I even told Justin, I was like, I think you'd actually kind of like this movie. Like, and he's not a big like horror movie person, but he does like action movies. So I was like, I think he might like that component of it.
Right.
And so yeah, I took it for what it was and watched it. It was a little bit long. I think they could have tightened up a little bit of the montage scenes that I'll get into, the marching through the woods scenes.
Oh yeah.
I'll get into that a little bit later. But overall, I took it for what it was and just watched it. And I was entertained, just like Mike said. So yeah. Okay.
All right.
Okay, now we're going to head into our Tropes Hall of Shame. I had 10 tropes. So I'll let you guys go first. Chad, you only had 4?
Yeah, I only had a few. The couple that I had were first an old ghost story about the woods.
Yeah.
They're when they're hunting or on their practice run, I guess. It's a military exercise.
Yeah.
And then I had the Major has the old war story where he talks about the guy that was blown up. So Satan saved his skin, or did he, or whatever but there's always like the old warmonger who talks about losing his buddies and stuff like that.
Right.
So, anyways, those were my first 2.
Perfect, Mike.
This was the part where I thought like, oh, Sam's going to turn this movie off and not watch it. But killing the dog is a test of loyalty.
Yeah.
I was thinking about Kingsman where
I put that in there too. Yeah.
But at least that was blanks. This blew me away that it was actually like gunshot. Like, holy shit.
Actually shot the dog. Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit. Like those dogs are highly trained and expensive, not just for the dog itself, but for years of training for it to be ready. Yeah. I was like, that's a waste of money. Like spare the life.
But I did actually like how he says, I'm not against killing dogs. I just don't see the purpose of killing this dog.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll kill something if it's attacking me, but there's no reason to kill this thing.
No, and you're killing him because it was like you got to take out anything that's a risk to you.
Yeah.
So you got to, and it's like the dog literally did its job in this training exercise.
It is not a risk to me at this moment. Like, Cooper was 100% right at that moment.
Yeah. Ugh. And did you have another?
Yeah, I had killer vision with a heartbeat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Several of those.
Several.
Yep.
Is he staring at the house? I think it's the same scene every time. Okay, I said, I had a couple of those ones. The off-screen death with the blood splatter happened quite a bit in this one, but they also had on-screen death, so it was weird that they would mix it up so much. Mm-hmm. And then running out of ammo.
Yep.
Yeah. Chad, what else did you have?
I had at the house the fog.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was backlit.
So much fog.
The whole time.
Yeah, the whole time.
Yes.
So those were I think that's it for me. Yeah.
Mike, what else do you have?
I had the gun jams at a critical moment.
Yep.
Well, and he never got it going. Like I thought, is the safety on? Like, what are you doing? And then it just click, 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 click. Yeah.
And then taking refuge in a farmhouse.
Yep. I had having to survive the night, survive till daylight. And then having to bring the thing back alive. They said they wanted to capture one and take it back. But they had to bring it back alive, not dead. Mike?
I just had night vision. We see that often. And then my last one was someone in the group is infected. If not 2.
Yep.
Or
more.
Or more. At varying rates of transformation.
Exactly.
But apparently you can choose when to transform.
Yeah.
I didn't get that. Yeah.
No.
Neither did I.
Nope. And then I also had a couple that you already mentioned. Just the foreshadowing in this film, like Chad had already said, they make the comment of this is hardly life or death, and you just know that it's going to turn into death.
Oh, the irony.
I had the marching montage. It's in any war movie, any war movie.
Yeah.
And then I also had running into the person they perfectly need at the perfect time. So they needed the zoologist at that point to rescue them. Now we're going to look at Don't Go Back in the House, where this movie could have ended before it started.
Didn't even start.
Mike, what did you have?
When they got into the vehicle, I understand that Megan says, oh, like the nearest town is back where you came from. That's fine. They're on a road. Just drive back to the town or go past the farm, like get to a populated area.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I understand, like later on, we understand why she brought them to the
Yeah, yeah.
farmhouse.
Yes,
But yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said, don't stop at the cabin. Just keep going, LOL.
Yeah.
And especially if you're dying, like
Yep.
none of
Yeah.
them were like, I'm hungry.
yeah.
Need a little nippity nap.
yeah.
like
They have bread and cheese by chance.
Yeah.
Chad.
Yeah. Mine was the same. Yeah. Just keep driving.
Because they would have just followed them. It wasn't that long of a drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would have just come after them. It's stupid. All right, now we're going to look at our one-liners. Chad, what'd you have for one-liners? I feel like there's a lot of lines that could be potentially pretty quotable, but we're all pretty low.
Yeah.
With only 3 and 4.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope I give you the shits, you fucking wimp.
Yep, I have that too.
That was probably my favorite line. And then, like
spits
after
on him.
he boxes the giant.
Oh my God, that
werewolf,
was
I was
ridiculous.
like, wow.
I like it in that scene too, like, and it just kept going back to him punching and wrestling the werewolf.
Yeah,
And he's just punching, he's
like,
dodging,
boom,
but
boom,
and then
he's
the
just slipping and
every
moving.
now and then the one paw just went just,
Boom,
but
and
with
it
no
knocks him
sound.
out, yeah.
So funny.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
I hope I give you the shits.
Yeah.
And then I had this. I just love Scottish English slang.
Yes.
Like,
That's
Yeah.
what I mean. So many of them could have been brought up.
special forces, you plunkard. What the fuck is that? Yeah, I'll just do one more because I expect nothing less than gratuitous violence from the lot of you.
Yeah.
So, anyways, those were my first 3, I guess. I only have one more though. So yeah.
Perfect. Mike, what'd you have?
My first one is Christ on a bike. And I loved it also because I had a friend in high school who I was like, Christ on a stick.
Yeah.
So it's like, Christ on any noun is a great one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also loved my guts are out, Coop. Like, well, we'll just put them back in
Yeah.
again. It's like, pretty sure sepsis
They're
is
not
a
gonna
concern
fit.
at that point.
And then he's like, they're not going to fit. Sure they are. And he just starts tucking them back in.
I didn't even think anything of it because, like, just with like C-section births, they like take everything out,
Yeah.
like kind of thing, and just pop it back in, and it just somehow goes. So I didn't even like think twice about
But
that.
that's the uterus only. Like, this is
all of the things.
all of the intestines.
But you're out in the field too.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you're not in
Your
a
hands aren't clean or sterile.
sanitary
No.
environment.
And whatever they put on was not clean.
No.
either. There's like
No.
dirt and leaves and
Yeah. and
brambles.
he's just grabbing him with his bare hands and he's just like, let's just shove it back in there and let's get going.
Like, it would have been better to have like a Safeway bag and just like tuck them into the bag and have them hold them.
Like a colostomy bag off to the side. You're just like, all right, carry these. Don't bleed out
Yeah.
because we're going to
Yeah.
save you. Yeah.
but he lived quite a while.
He lived
did
a
live.
long time. Yeah.
And then he did.
Yep.
Yeah.
That he did. All right. I had, and Megan says it. And then she goes, well, it's that time of the month. And then I thought of you, Mike. Is this about periods?
It's a period movie.
But I was like, Mike, it's happening.
Is this about periods?
I was listening to our Ginger Snaps movie and just how excited I was about the boy pissing blood. I'm like, it's his period.
And that's literally, I thought of you. I was like, Mike, it is about periods, I think. But not.
Oh my Lord.
So that was my first one. And then my second one was the sergeant says it, and he says, we're now up against live hostile targets. So if Little Red Riding Hood should show up with a bazooka and a bad attitude, I expect you to chin the bitch. I just like that one.
That's good.
Chad, you had one more?
Yeah, I did. We were attacked by huge fucking howling things.
Cool. And still, like, no one, like, I know you don't think, like, oh, werewolves exist or anything like
Yeah.
that, but, like, no one was like,
No one buys in or puts it together, right? And
Yeah.
and then even when she says lycanthropes, they're like werewolves, and they're just like, fuck you. And it's like, seriously, these things
Did
are
you not see the silhouettes?
yeah,
and like
and
the many
howling
silhouettes, yeah.
that's happening all around, like oh,
And the
like
fact they're
nonstop.
huge
Yeah.
and standing
They're
on two,
massive.
they're like
Yeah.
literally just men with wolf heads on them.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're 8 feet tall.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw behind the scenes of them like shooting it but obviously they're filming up. The one werewolf has winter boots on while he's fighting. It was the
Really takes away the
funniest thing.
mystique.
I know. I looked at it and I was like, oh my God. It looks so funny.
Really
For
does.
line Sorrells, just like
Yeah. Like my feet are cold.
Yeah. That's funny.
that's awesome.
Mike, did you have another one?
Yeah, my last one is, it was almost going to be our opening line, but the one soldier standing by the door and he's like, dogs, more like pussies.
Yes.
And then he gets
Instantly killed.
just
Yanked out of there. Yeah.
And the way that he went through that too, because didn't the blinds come down
Yeah.
first, and then it was like just like folded in half.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. All right, now we're gonna look at what doesn't hold up in this film. Mike, what didn't hold up for you?
The erratic cuts and camera movement. At the beginning when they're doing the exercise and they're having their conversations, it's just like cut, left, right. It was just too much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then my other one was the blood is too bright.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it looked okay, but it was really bright.
Yeah.
Like very red.
Yeah, there were sections that I thought it like they pulled it off, but then I agree. There were times where I was like, I'm not really buying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chad.
I had the look of the werewolves were good, not great.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like I thought they were okay,
Better than a lot.
There
Yeah.
were moments that were
better
pretty-
than
like,
others.
like the one that does it like come through the bedroom window
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it stands at like, that was an immense presence.
Yes.
But then there are other shots, where I was like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I didn't buy some of the sets. Like it looked like it was shot in the studio and not in the jungle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when they approach the house and they're knocking on the door. Like there's a shit ton of fog that's rolling around and the plants just look super fake.
Mm.
And there was the time where the major got his guts taken out and I was like, there's just a shit ton of Christmas trees around here. Like there's just a bunch of pine trees that are just all over the place. That's a fir. And then it's like, that's too, I don't
That's
think
not
that's indigenous to the area. But whatever. I just, I didn't buy some of the shots in the setting.
Yeah. I said, so it was like, I think it was the same scene with two different things. The werewolf was like trying to grab him around the neck with his claws, but it was like he was just smacking his, his neck and there was no like finger movement. You could tell it was like a prop, like just slapping him on the neck. He's like jabbing him with like no claws. But then when the arms cut off and it just stays there it looks so fake. Like it looks so bad. So those are my first two. Mike, you had one more?
I found the fetch joke when Ryan changes.
You want a stick?
Yeah.
Go fetch or whatever.
Fetch.
Yeah.
I was just like, ugh. Like, I get there. Ooh, they're changing into dogs. But it was just a weird beat.
Ooh, they're changing it. You want to buy my chicken? Eh? Ooh.
And then Chad, you didn't have any more?
I will say this, and this could be my hiding in the shadows or whatever, but that guy, the major who gets his guts ripped out, I was like, how do you move a guy with his guts hanging out of his belly? And they basically just throw an arm over and run him out.
Yeah.
Right. And then they throw him in the back of the vehicle and they pat him up and stuff. And I'm not buying that.
There would be meters of intestines behind you.
Yeah.
You would have to like really hold that stuff. And he's running. Like they're not carrying him or anything. Like he's running with them. And I was like, and I know we're watching a werewolf movie, so there is some suspension of disbelief, but that was just like, come on. This guy's ripped apart. Like,
I was just picturing it'd be like throwing a climbing rope over a cliff where it's bundled beside you, so and it like unravels.
Yeah.
That would be his intestines at that moment.
Exactly. They just like spill out as he's moving.
Yeah.
And for that guy Cooper to try to keep them tucked in and carry him and move along and outrun an 8-foot werewolf.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
There's no way any
It's
of them.
just not happening.
Yeah.
Also, too, speaking of outrunning the werewolf, this is one of mine. When they try to throw off the werewolf as well, when they set the one guy as bait, and he was able to outrun the werewolf. I was like, it was either the camera wasn't good, but like that werewolf was like right there when he dropped the flare and kept running. And I was like, can he beat him?
He was on top of him.
How fast is that? That was Usain Bolt. I was like, I don't know what's going on. That's the fastest guy I've ever seen.
They kind of alluded to like, we need somebody fast. So they kind of alluded to the fact that he was like just really fast and obviously really tough. But he was on top of him by the time he dropped. And you're right.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's getting caught. I am glad though that they didn't do the cheesy. I'm climbing in the window. It's got my leg, and
you
now
have to,
I have to like
fight
pull
it.
and
Yeah.
fight it. I was like, thank God, because as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, here it comes.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, they didn't do it. So score 1
Yeah.
for dog soldiers on that one.
I thought the whole punching boxing scene, it was like funny, but it was so bad.
Yeah, it was cheesy.
It was
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
cheesy.
I think it was supposed to be like a comic relief moment in
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
because it was ridiculous.
It was so dumb. So I was like, come on. I also said blocking the hole with an empty suitcase and some pairs of pants.
Yeah.
I was like, you're going to slow down the werewolf with your pants and an empty like trunk. Like,
Ooh, denim.
I know. I was like, oh my God.
Don't you hate pants? Yeah, it's bad.
My husband's
Yeah.
like, he's blocking with pants. And then like, even when they put the wood over the windows, they like were putting the wood up and it was like, where did they get that from?
Yeah.
And then it's like, you can clearly see through and out. Like that's not stopping anyone.
No.
The whole hand can go through.
The werewolves have clearly showed they're strong enough to like just punch it out.
Which is why when they're holding the door, like
Yes.
there's
Oh,
that
yeah.
old shitty door, and I'm sure it's solid wood, like I'm sure, but the guy's holding it as he's sitting on the toilet, and the 8-foot werewolf is like can't break through it. And I was like, oh my God.
Well, just the door in general, when they push the wolf out and then they put that little lock on there, and then to add to it, he like puts the chain on at the one time.
I
was like,
love the
sakes.
chain.
Like that was pretty funny. Like
Yeah.
when he's sitting there and he hears it pounding, and he's like, he puts the chain on. I was like, okay. That's going to stop this werewolf that's busting through his house to like get you. Like,
yeah, that's so funny. And my last one was his wound healing, which didn't raise any red flags for any of them. How fast the stomach healed. I said it looked like bacon, like raw bacon. So I didn't like
absolutely.
it.
Oh,
It
yeah.
looked really bad.
The scar, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, now we're going to head into our most gratuitous scene. Chad, what was most gratuitous for you?
I thought the blood out of the van
Oh, yeah.
was pretty wild.
I
windshield
really
wipers.
liked that. Yeah.
I did like the look of it, but they opened it up and it just like, it was like a
Oh, that
river of blood
yeah.
that just leaked out.
I was like waterfall of blood when they
Yeah.
opened the car door, right?
And then the werewolf or the dog, like the werewolf looks up and there's that hanging bit of flesh coming from it.
Yeah.
It's like, I just ate your friend, basically.
Yeah.
But the lead up to that too, I like where he was like, you're right behind me, aren't you? And then he just turned around, well, let's get out of here, and dies right away.
Yeah.
But that part where it just spills out was like, ugh.
Yeah.
I really liked it. That was a nice stood the test of time.
Yeah.
I like that it went over his dog tags too. So
Yeah.
the dog tags.
Yeah,
were there
I don't
and
think it was a bad thing. I
No,
just thought it was
a
like,
lot.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of blood. Yeah.
Well, and I thought the blood looked good in that scene, like
It
you
did,
said too. It
yeah.
wasn't too red. It had that like darker
Yeah, it
tone.
was-
and a bit of a thick consistency
Yeah.
to it that just
Yeah.
kind of spilled over the edge of the van.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it. Mike, you had a few.
My first one was, okay, we get it. They like soccer or football. Like
Oh, the match. Yeah.
It's like, oh, he's gonna get home for the match. He's gonna miss the match. There's a match tonight. Oh, I've got to see this. Like, fuck, we get it. Like, we don't want to be in the woods. We want to watch the soccer. It was just over the top.
I did like how she's like, oh, there's a game tonight.
It's not
It's
just
not
a game.
game.
That's funny.
And then my other one was the blood on the windshield where they use the wipers to wipe it off. To
Oh,
see.
yeah.
That was good. Just a lot of blood.
Yes,
Yeah.
lots of blood. I said the montages were too much. So the marching one I already mentioned, but also the werewolves in the night. So
Oh,
it was like
yeah.
in the moonlight and it's like them going, phew, phew,
Yeah.
and it was
Yeah.
just the mane. And I was like, what's happening here? You could see the like wisps of the hair and it was like phew, in the moonlight, phew, in the fog. And like, it was just too much of that.
Just running by.
Yeah,
kinda,
when they were trying to run away. And I was like,
Yeah.
none of these would be running by. They'd be running at you and they'd get you.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah. If
They're-
they stopped zigging and zagging.
yeah, that's why it took so long they were able to get away. It's 'cause they were-
Well, and the thing, you can also say, like for gratuitous, the amount of times they shoot these werewolves that can't be killed. Like that's a thing that it's almost a trope. Like, you see these things when you're fighting vampires or werewolves or things like this, and they all have guns, so they just decide to shoot it 150 times.
Yeah.
But nothing helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you can't kill it like that.
No.
So look for some silver or something.
Yeah. And it took them a really long time to be like, oh,
maybe silver.
it's not working.
Yeah.
Like it slowed them down a bit, like, and it would shoot them out the window,
Yeah.
like, with the force of it when they blew them up. But
Obviously, yeah.
yeah, none of us had anything terrifying or titillating.
Nope.
No, nothing about werewolves.
It wasn't an overly, nothing turned me on. No, I was not titillated. But it also wasn't like, there was nothing like, ooh, terrifying or super scary. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't say there was anything that like really scared me in the film. It was just, yeah.
Yeah. I guess like the premise of like not being able to kill or not knowing how to kill like something.
Being trapped in the house.
And being trapped in the house with that. And like,
Yeah,
really, there's no way. But it was so funny when so I caught on pretty early, not that she was a werewolf, that Megan was a werewolf, but I was like, she's in, because she had the weird glances between her and the guy who shot the dog.
Yeah, the special
Ryan.
forces guy.
Yeah, so as soon as they got in the car, they made weird eye contact, and I was like, well, she's fucking in on it.
Right.
And then at the end, when she's like, oh, I have a Land Rover in the other garage or something like that.
It might not start. Oh, then it drives perfectly.
Yeah,
Okay.
drives perfectly, starts right away, like instantly.
Well, and I also like how there's always somebody that can figure out how to hotwire a vehicle. It's like, well, if you know how to hotwire a vehicle, then we can get the Land Rover. And he's like, I do. And so he runs out there and does it. And it fires up. And away they go. Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing that I would say might be terrifying is like, I'm kind of scared of camping in a tent, only because of the zipper scene.
Yeah.
When you're like, how fucking scary would that have been? And
that
just
would have
being
been
like,
super scary.
That would have been so scary.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say that would probably be pretty terrifying. All right. Now we're going to look at what stood the test of time in this film. So I thought the blood didn't look good, but I liked how gory the movie was as a whole.
Right.
I liked the guts. I didn't really understand why there was always intestines just laying around everywhere. It's like the one thing they don't eat, I guess, of all of them.
They're full of shit.
I guess, yeah. But I said the blood looked too red, but I liked the fly noises. Like you could hear the flies already coming in just with the amount of blood that was out there. So I really liked that.
Yeah.
I liked the dead cow jump scare. That was like,
yes.
I actually like, woo.
When it just fell and
Yeah. I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah. That was wild. Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, it was actually crazy.
Yeah.
And none of them like were as alarmed as
you'd think they would be.
Yeah, but they're like,
it's part of the exercise. They're messing with us.
Yeah, that's
just
right.
launching a cow at them at their base. Like that was like a foot away from them. Like that would have smushed them. So, all right, Chad, what's the test time for you?
In some scenes, the blood didn't look good, but in some scenes it did. So I had like a mix of that. Like I thought some of the kill scenes I thought were overall pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought the acting was still
it's pretty good.
fairly well done. Cooper was really good.
Yeah.
The bad guy, the special forces agent who is the other bad guy on top of the werewolves. I thought he did a good job.
Yeah.
So like, there are moments in here, like I think there's probably more that stood the test of time, but those are the things I wrote down. Was just the overall look of the blood, I thought hit the mark more than not. But there were some times definitely that it was like, okay, fuck, that looks pretty cheesy.
All right, Mike.
I had the werewolf breath in the car.
Oh, the steam.
That was very well done. And then I loved the insult, you toffee-nosed twat.
Toffee-nosed.
Almost LOL, but like, fuck, that's a great insult.
Yeah.
Don't even know what toffee-nosed means, but fucking hell, that's good.
It's awesome.
And then I just had the blood in the back of the Land Rover. And then, of course, the new dog and the border collie. He's so cute.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was perfect.
very
And then
cute.
saved the day. And I was like, the best part of the ending is he got a dog, like a good dog at the end.
Yeah.
Got to keep him.
He did get to keep it.
After killing all those bad dogs.
Yeah.
All the mean dogs. And then he got to keep Sammy. Okay. I think his name was Sammy. Yeah, he was perfect.
Sure.
Perfect angel. All right, now we're going to head into moments that made us laugh out loud. Mike, what made you laugh out loud?
My first one, it was, I almost put it as a test of time, but it just made me chuckle. But the couple in the tent are making out and he unzips her pants and then the sound of the zipper continues.
Yes.
And it's I was just like, I put an LOL, but it was a very good, like, what the fuck? Why is that still going on? So that was the first one. And then it was grotesque, but the dog grabbing, was it Wells's intestines and like,
Oh yeah,
like,
he's give them back. tug of war with his intestines.
Like
Yeah.
those teeth would have punctured that skin.
Oh
like,
yeah, there's nothing. You're not stopping that. Yeah.
Not at all. Chad?
I like the run into the tree where he killed himself. He's like running and then, and I
I was
mean,
like, what the fuck?
it's kind of like doesn't hold up because there's no way you're running into a branch like that and going that deep.
And
Like,
it was a blunt branch. It wasn't like a taper.
no,
Like,
No.
it was like there was like a little bit broken off, but it went all the way midway to the branch. It stuck through. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, it
it had
but
to be
I
a
laughed.
3 to 4 inch stump.
Yes.
I would say more than, like, it was huge. Like,
So I got a chuckle out of that because it actually reminded me of Tucker and Dale versus Evil when he runs into. So I got a kick out of that.
Yeah.
And then I did have another one, and it was when the soldier pukes on the special forces guy's head.
It just diffused the entire
I
situation.
know, it's like this tense. He's about to shoot that other dog.
I
'cause
know,
he
I
wants
was
it,
like,
and then
no!
he pukes on his head. He's like, oh, nice.
and that puke was thick.
That was
like,
so well
he's
done.
dehydrated. It was
chunky.
like,
Yeah.
and it just like was a solid.
He did not
Yeah.
chew his potatoes either. Like,
No, sorry, Chad can't do puke. I guess.
No, I'm not a good person who sees like puke and shit. That stuff just makes me gag.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, it was. All right, now we're gonna look at what was eerie or ear splitting in this film. I said the howling noises were meh. Could take them or leave them.
Yeah.
And I said I don't like them, but I don't know what I want. Like I said, there was too much. Like
Right.
there was too much howling,
Yeah.
so I wanted less of it. But I don't know what type of howl I want. You know, I see all these movies and I'm not impressed with any of them, but I don't have a solution.
Yeah.
So
but it's like the audience knows it's wolves, so do you really need more howls?
and how are they? And I know that's how they like communicate with each other, I guess.
Yes.
But that much, like that loudly all the time.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I agree.
Go to
Yeah.
the wolf dog sanctuary outside of Calgary. Like there's signs everywhere like, please do not howl.
Yeah.
Because I guess like if you even just go like, ow, it's like it'll just be everywhere.
all of them.
Oh,
so
really?
maybe
They're all
that's it.
answering
So
it?
maybe we needed more howling.
Yeah,
It's like Zootopia.
yeah. Stupid dogs howl all the time. Yeah, yeah. Oh, someone's howling. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
That's so funny. Love that movie. Chad, what about for you?
Well, mine was the same. I had mixed emotions about the howling.
Yeah.
And it's almost a trope because in every werewolf movie, you just have excessive howling.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's supposed to be ominous and supposed to warn you that they're close by and stuff like that. But after a while, you're just like, all right, we get it.
Yeah. The audience isn't going to forget the movie.
Yes. So,
Oh shit! It's about werewolves.
yeah.
Oh, thank God they reminded me
Yeah,
about the
yeah,
howl.
I don't know. I was like, they're howling again. I guess they're working out a plan. I don't know. So I don't know. I liked it at certain part. I just think it needs to be used a little more sparingly. And I agree. That's why I agree with you, Sam. I just thought it was overdone.
Yeah.
And it was eerie for maybe the first couple of times. But then by the end of the film, I was like, you're just desensitized to it and it's almost annoying.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I felt the same way.
I did not. Yeah. Like I liked it at first, but then didn't it by the end. And I don't really recall like music and stuff. Like it never really stood out to me, the music in this film. But I don't know. Maybe you have a note about that.
That is my note.
Yeah, I said okay, Mike. I'll go. I have more on it, but you
Okay.
go ahead.
I had two for ear to ear splitting. The first one was like so much military drumming music. And-
Oh,
and
okay.
it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like it was ridiculous. Like the amount of like it was just
Oh,
we get it. They're military and they're walking.
But that was the montage, the military
Yeah.
montage scene. I was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
we're trudging through trying to find this place. We know. Just
Yeah.
cut to when you find it. Like,
But then once the action starts, I don't remember the music at that point.
Yeah.
And then the only thing I put for like eerie was the metal squeal of the knife in Cooper's teeth when he's got like that
Oh,
bayonet
yeah.
and like
Oh,
pulls
yeah,
through. Like
yeah.
it got right to my eardrums.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like in American History X when he puts his teeth on the
Oh,
curb.
and you
and
hear that
you just hear
scraping.
and that is such a crazy scene.
Yeah.
But I can understand because like we get that in your teeth and it's like
Yeah. Like even now, like my jaw is tingling.
Yeah. Ugh. And I pretty much just said the same. I actually said the suspense music was too much.
oh yeah.
And there's a lot of sounds going on. So I just,
Just a lot of sound in this film.
it was a lot. But I do think it was like I thought this movie was more of an action movie.
Yeah, oh, yeah, for sure.
Than
Definitely,
like
yeah.
horror movie. So that's why maybe I was offended. But all right, now we're gonna head into moments that made us say, "What the fuck?" Mine was the dog getting shot at the.
Yeah, mine as well. Was one of them. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I said, "Shoot the dog." What the fuck? It's gonna not be loaded, of course. Oh. Those dogs are really expensive to train. Killing the fucking dog, immediately I hate this movie. And then I was like, fuck yeah, kick his ass. So as Cooper was punching him. I was like, cool. But I had emotions to it. Chad, what else did you have?
Yeah, I was the dog too. When he walked over and threatened him, I was like you, Mike. I thought about the Kingsman.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a blank because this came out before the Kingsman.
Yeah.
And I thought they would have lifted that from that scene.
Yeah.
But
Nope.
he came out there and then he shot it. And I was like, whoa, he actually killed the dog. Like that's pretty fucked up. So yeah,
Super
that was my what the fuck moment for that. Yeah.
Mike?
I had one more, and it's just because this line, like, I've heard of like, how do you like them apples? But at one point towards the end, this guy yells, "Hope you like them tomatoes, you fucking bastard." What the hell does that
Tomatoes?
mean? There were
What the
no
hell
tomatoes.
even is that? Yeah.
I think it was when they were blowing up with the gas in the tanks. Like, "Hope
Yeah.
you like them tomatoes, you fucking bastard." Oh, you told him.
Yeah.
I'm sure he understands you also.
Yeah.
All right, now we're going to look at what was hiding in the shadows. Mike, why don't you start us off with this category?
My first one was I just didn't understand. Like at the very beginning, they have the couple in Scotland camping.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then it's like 2 hours earlier, and it cuts to Cooper and Ryan with the whole testing his loyalty with the dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like, we didn't need a timestamp for that.
No.
It just seemed weird. And then it's like, however many months later, like, yeah, it was just odd.
It jumped around a lot in that first bit, and I was wondering why they chose to do that. Like, yeah.
Why tell us 2 hours earlier? It's like, because it had no play on the other event.
No.
And then the other one was just, there's no way Cooper survived in that basement with the explosion.
No. Oh, God, no.
Yeah.
That thing decimated the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will admit, I think I was taking notes for something else. So I missed that there was an explosion, or I was distracted. And so at the end of the film, when he walks through that door and the house is gone, I'm like, the fuck? So I had to back up the movie.
House is gone?
Where'd it go?
So I backed it up. I'm like, okay, no. Like, then I had to pause. Like, there's no way he survived that explosion.
Yeah.
It was huge.
It was massive.
Massive.
The barn was big. The house was
Huge.
next level.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was solid rock.
Yeah.
Chad.
I'm not sure how long this military exercise was supposed to, but they have got a shit ton of gear
Yes. they
for
do.
this mission. Like the backpack and stuff. And they're all moving around. I don't know if that was just stuff with newspaper or whatever, but they're all moving around like there's no weight to it.
Yeah.
So it reminds me very much of like when in TV series when they have milk and they set it down and you can tell it's just this empty carton.
Or the empty coffee cup that they
Yes,
carry.
yeah. Because there's just no weight to those massive backpacks and the fanny packs. Like they have these massive backpacks and then all this other gear that they're doing. So I don't know how long this thing is. And I know they're on a military exercise, but then they're like, shit's getting real. Let's sort of like reload and all that. And then they get the live ammunition. But wouldn't they have, in case something went wrong, wouldn't you have backup of your own stuff? Like, would you just go in
I would
with
assume
blanks?
I would assume for military exercise in your own country, you wouldn't carry live ammo.
Yeah,
No.
maybe.
And especially because it's usually been sussed out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I guess there's also like wildlife and shit too, right? Like you would want to have something to protect, like from like bears and
Yeah.
shit. I don't know.
Yes, like you'd have one handgun or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess that wouldn't have done anything anyways. So
Yeah. Anyways, those were just a couple of questions I had, but that's all I got. Yeah.
I had, why would he stop the car by jumping under it? Like he could have just,
That was,
I was like, he could have just like screamed or like chased after it, like she would have seen. But I was like, that's a choice. Like, you're like, she wasn't.
That's a choice.
Yeah, I meant to write that as a WTF.
Yeah. It's like, okay, cool. And then I was like, what are the Scottish training for? But I was like, it's okay. Mike, you had one more?
I do. Just this reminded me of way back when this podcast first started, and they used to be in a library or a bookstore. There was a bookshelf with books, and one of the books has the title strip poker.
Oh.
Yeah. The other ones were not of note, but that one, it was like the thickest book on the shelf, and it's just Strip Poker was the title.
It's like,
And it's not a real book. I tried to find it.
oh, did you?
Yeah.
You tried to find it.
So
Your
this
search history is wild.
this house of werewolves were like, what do we do between full moons? I know. Let's play Strip Poker.
And it's like,
And it requires a 200 to 300 page book to figure
to figure it out that you take out one. That's funny. Oh, that's good. All right, now we're going to look at Fright Done Right. So we're going to look at which movies, if any, did it better, or if this one is the best. Chad.
I don't know if it's the best. I thought it did a pretty good job, but I still think American Werewolf in
Yeah.
London
Yes.
was not Paris.
Not.
Definitely not Paris.
American Werewolf in London seems to be the werewolf movie that I gravitate towards the most.
Yeah.
I just think it was really well done, other than the last shot where it looks like a dog kind of roaming through the streets of London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the werewolf kind of looks cheesy, and I wish they would have done, some quick shots to kind of hide it a little bit more. But overall, I think that movie is bad. But this one wasn't bad. Like, as far as werewolf movies, like The Howling, and I remember liking Silver Bullet, but I haven't watched that for decades.
Oh,
and like Corey Haim plays like the kid in the wheelchair, and I can't honestly remember.
And it's Stephen King, so there's a lot going against
it. Yeah. So probably on a rewatch, I wouldn't enjoy that one as much. So yeah, I'm gonna stick to American Werewolf in London. Yeah. But this one wasn't bad. So.
Yeah. Mike, same for you.
On a werewolf basis, yeah, I'd go American Werewolf in London. And then I started to look at like horror movies where the military is entrenched or against something.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And I went with The Gorge. It's a more
Oh,
recent
yeah.
one.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
With Miles Teller.
But you could even go to 28 Days Later, right? When they go into the mansion and they're with the military guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. That.
Or 28 weeks later.
Or 28 weeks,
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I would, 28 weeks or this is tough because they're both kind of mid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other one was just Resident Evil, the first one with Mila Jovovich.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
That was a pretty good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of thought you guys would say American Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. Like, I saw clips of it. I've heard you guys talk about how good it is. I should probably watch it at some point. But I liked this movie for a werewolf movie in comparison to so many of the other ones that are so bad.
Yeah.
I also really liked the transformation scene. Like, I really like Ginger Snaps, but for a different reason, not because of the threat of the werewolf, just because of the funny bits, the banter, the girls themselves, that kind of thing. So I liked both of them. I also really liked the transformation done in this film as well. I thought they did a good job with not showing too much. Like, we talked about Howling, where it looked like they were coughing up hairballs. They're and
with this one though, like when he goes by, I thought they were going to do a whole series of like he drops below the table, comes back up slightly different, drops below the table, comes back up.
That would have been funny.
So I was glad they didn't do that.
Yes, and I'm also glad they didn't have it the shadow, because you could see them like.
The animated.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, it's kind of lame that they cut it out, but I was like, I think that was kind of smart. Like, yes, we see the whole thing afterwards, but that's been my major criticism in so many of these werewolf films. So I think it was smart that they just showed the teeth and the eyes, and that kind of thing, and the claws, and then that's it. So I was like, that's smart.
Agreed.
All right, now we're going to look at our bonus features. Holy, Mike, you have lots.
Lots.
Yeah,
why don't you kick us off?
The budget for the film was $3.1 million, and the box office was only 3.5, so it did not do very well.
Oh.
Sean Pertwee, who plays Wells, was so keen on doing a werewolf film that he told Neil Marshall he was on board before they'd even secured funding, in hopes that his name would help get the film made. He happily waited for a year and a half before production finally began.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Just loved it. Chad.
I have it in the scene where Wells asks Cooper to knock him out. Kevin McKidd throws a stage punch the first time, but misjudged the distance of the second and catches Wells on the nose. And the actor Pertwee didn't feel the punch, however, as he really was drunk for the scene.
Oh wow.
So I thought that was kind of good. And then also the corpses hanging around the basement were originally created for and used in Event Horizon 1997. Actor Sean Pertwee was in both films.
That's cool. I had that, like, when I was doing my research, I found like references to other movies.
Yeah.
And there's a ton of them. And then Neil Marshall even stated, I think I got completely carried away in the references, but there's like Evil Dead, American Werewolf in London, The Matrix, Zulu, like a whole bunch of different ones. And then Kevin McKidd actually cracked a rib in the first few days of shooting. He ended up hiding it from Marshall because he was scared he was going to be replaced. But however, eventually the pain was too much. He revealed the injury. Marshall replaced him with Jason Statham, who ended up turning it down due to his commitment and scheduling conflict with Ghost of Mars. McKidd was hired after his injury healed. Mike, what else did you have?
Neil Marshall cast dancers to play the werewolves in the hopes of giving their movements an otherworldly appearance. And this quote went out the window when those dancers had to stumble around trying to move in the costumes, which they could barely see out of. It would have been interesting to see the werewolves move in a more graceful way, but
Right.
I thought they still were
I
kind
think
of
they were
neat.
fine. Yeah,
Yeah, I thought they moved all right. Yeah.
except for the montage, the zigzagging.
Simon Pegg was offered the role of Spoon, but I don't know why it was turned down. That's all I have.
Oh.
Chad?
My last one, the super glue scene is referenced in Small Favor, Dresden Files, a book by Jim Butcher. Female character is disemboweled and talks about super glue being invented in the Vietnam War in order to stick wounded soldiers back together, but then says she saw it in a movie about werewolves.
Let me tell you, I have super glue to cut shut and it hurts. Like it burns and stings.
Oh, really?
So watching him super glue his stomach back together,
His
I was
whole stomach together.
like, you would be on fire.
I always use super glue on like my cracks on my fingers. I use it all the time and it never stings. But maybe that's like a little.
Also, the thing is
mine was like I still have a scar.
Does he have one of those little nubbin ones that he's like, what is the size of the super glue he's using to
how do you get that much?
Like an Elmer's glue bottle.
Yeah, it's like you're just like squeezing this massive bucket of super glue onto, because it would take an enormous amount.
Yes.
He was cut wide open.
Yeah.
It would take a lot of super glue to tuck that in. So it's just, I remember him sitting there just like dabbing it on him. And I was like, how long is this going to take while they're being attacked by werewolves?
Trying to get the pin to like unclog it because it's been sitting for too long.
That's right.
You're supposed to keep it in the fridge.
When is the last time you used this super glue?
So funny. Mike, did you have some more?
I just had international titles. Greece called it Full Moon. Hungary called it Demonic Warriors. Poland was Army of Wolves. And then Taiwan's was The Shining Warrior. Which
I guess Cooper is the Shining Warrior.
Or Sammy
I guess,
the dog.
or Shining Moonlight Warrior. I don't know.
Huh.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know.
All right. Now we're going to place this on our watchability scale. Mike, where would you put it?
For a werewolf movie, I really liked it. It was good, but it's really hard because it's like, if you like werewolf movies, it's really great, but I don't think this is to fulfill your canon of horror. You should see it. So for me, it's a 6. It's good. It's well done, but it's not a must see.
Right.
Agree. I have 5/6/7 depending on the mood. So I'll go with the 6. I'll put it right in the middle there. Chad.
Yeah, I'm going to be the same. I said 6 or 7 and I wasn't sure. Like, I thought maybe I'd go the 7 route, but I think there's enough to knock it down to a 6. I think it's a watchable film. Like, it's fun and there are moments in it that are a lot of fun, but I don't think it's enough to push it to that 7 area. So yeah, I'm going to keep it at a 6.
Perfect. Thank you very much for listening to us today. Remember to follow us on Instagram. We are at ScreamStreamPod. Stop by our website, screamsandstreams.com, where we have information about our episodes, descriptions of our categories, links to our research, our watchability scale, and a page where you can recommend movies you want us to discuss. And please rate, comment on, and subscribe to our show on any of the platforms where you get your podcasts. Until next time, this has been
Mike
and
Chad.
And I'm Sam. Scare you later.